barricades or defenses. Let me get this man a shield.
Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe. But this does put a smile on my face.
So in this video, guys, we're going to be reviewing what we see in the Infinity War trailer and what it might do to the movie and what we might see. In this scene, someone's putting in the Space Stone and Power Stone into the Infinity Gauntlet. It might be Thanos or someone else. As we see before, Thanos does have the Power Stone and Space Stone, but we don't know if he has any more with him. It is possible that Thanos has more than 2 stones, as we see a green reflection on the Infinity Gauntlet. Now, if Thanos did have the Time Stone, this would explain the Sanctum wrecked and no trace of the Time Stone. It could be this theory, but there might be a theory where Doctor Strange and Thanos face off and not so well for Doctor Strange. At one point, we do see Loki with the Tesseract. He might be offering it for Thanos or the Avengers for a peace offering. This could explain this scene where Thanos already had the Power Stone and just needed the Space Stone to add to his collection. The Power Stone was also in there, which leads us to conclude that it was at Nova Corps being protected. Although how high the security is for the Nova Corps, Thanos would probably travel to the planet, blow it up, and the Nova Corps, and take his stone for the gauntlet. Another scene we see in the trailer is the Space Stone probably opening a portal onto the asteroid where Iron Man and Spider-Man are. We don't know why Spider-Man and Iron Man are on this rock with the Guardians of the Galaxy. They might be trying to hunt down Thanos or an Infinity Stone. Another reason they might be on the rock is they're probably trying to find the Soul Stone and keep it away from Thanos. In this scene, we see Tony on the same planet, it looks like, with his hands over his mouth, seeming depressed about something that might have happened. One of the things we're probably going to see in Infinity War is the Iron Spider, which Spider-Man will probably use to fight Thanos with the Avengers. In another scene, we see Vision, and it looks like the Scepter from Loki trying to take out his stone. Due to some background knowledge on Infinity War, Shuri can actually take out Vision's stone without him dying. In another scene, we see Steve Rogers emerging from the shadows, ready to get back in action. We also see that Cap gets a new vibranium shield, courtesy of the Wakandan government for his service, and how his old shield got broken. So Captain America will definitely be in the Infinity War, and I guess he'll probably be one of the survivors who survives the first round at least. Speaking of a comeback, the Hulkbuster suit looks like it's been repaired by Bruce Banner and Tony Stark with new improvements to fight Thanos. Now, let's move on to the next stone that Thanos might find, and where he might find it. Now, in one part of the trailer, we see the Collector on the floor, beaten up by Thanos, while Thanos is trying to figure out where his stone is. Now we can briefly hear that the Collector is saying to Thanos that he sold it to someone and doesn't know where they are. And this means Thanos doesn't even know where it is, which doesn't end well for the Collector. Now that we've covered most of the stones, except the Reality Stone, which we don't know where it is, this leaves us with only the Soul Gem. Now it's possible that the Soul Gem is in Wakanda because we see a huge battle being led by Steve Rogers along with a whole bunch of Wakandans and most of the Avengers. Thanos wouldn't also have to go to Wakanda just for the Soul Gem, even if it's there. Wakanda has the most greatest iron and the most greatest tech. He could also go there for that too. Now in the second trailer, we see Star-Lord, Drax, Iron Man, and Spider-Man planning to stop Thanos on his homeworld known as Titan, which we know now. In this next scene of the second trailer, we see Thanos with heavy armor invading a city, which it looks like. This is probably a flashback for Gamora because we do see a green hand touch Thanos' finger, which is probably Thanos adopting her. Now in another scene we see the Black Order, which are allies to Thanos, and Loki in the middle of them. Now in the next scene of the trailer, we see Thanos with the Tesseract, probably a peace offering for Loki to make sure he didn't get hurt. And we also see Thanos breaking the outside to get to the Space Stone inside. Now in the next scene, we see Doctor Strange being tortured by a member of the Black Order so they can take the Time Stone. Now we do get a scene with the person who is torturing Doctor Strange. He was probably assigned with Thanos to take that time stone. And in another scene, we get a better view of the Hulkbuster with Vision and the War Machine flying over it with it battle ready. Now, the Hulkbuster probably doesn't last long because we see a whole bunch of four-armed aliens, probably from the Black Order, tackling it down to the ground. So these guys with the four arms, we don't know what they are, but we know that there's a lot of them, and probably enforcers for the Chitauri and the Black Order. Now in another scene, I think we'll see Rocket, Teenage Groot, and Thor trying to do something, but we also see Thor being grabbed by Thanos' big hand, so we don't know what that means. And now another scene in Wakanda. It looks like Thanos and Captain America face off in this final scene of the trailer. Well, we don't know much, but Captain America can take on the Infinity Stones. Well, I'll see you next time. Bye.